Hello and welcome back to Best Served Cold. We are on episode 8. I am now numbering them. We've just got these new characters. I'm going to assume that this specific character is probably Vince, not Vincent. Who is he? Lawrence Sullivan, the 4th or 6th? That is my assumption. Or Gale de Winters? Is that the name? Gale de Winters? I guess that would be... we'd be able to see it. Where is it? Gale de Winters. Gale de Winter. Okay. Which... I see there's 3 other suspects. I know there's not going to be Killian being a suspect again, which is really sad for me, honestly. Well, let's do this guy. A distinguished gentleman approaches the bar and sits down. While he looks similar in age to Vincent, the way he carries himself suggests more vim and vigor. Hello there. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I presume you run this fine establishment? You presume correctly? Wonderful. It's always nice to meet new people. Though my reputation precedes me, I feel it is important to make introductions regardless. I'm Lawrence Sullivan the 4th or 6th. I think it's 4th. Theater producer and director, great-grandson of Lawrence Sullivan the 3rd. 3rd? Great-grand... and current patriarch of the venerable and well-respected Sullivan family. Give me a second. I'm looking up what it means. Roman numerals are not very... I know... they're hard for me. Okay, that's the 4th. They just don't hit my brain very particularly well. Yeah, that's the 4th. So now I know, and we will not be doing the bit anymore. You work in opera, right? Yes, that's right. I'm pleased you're in touch with the cultural landscape of Bukovi. Our lineage is about as old as Bukovi itself. I doubt you could find a single major historical event in Bukovi's history that doesn't mention the involvement of one of my ancestors. The Lawrence Sullivan the 4th, famous opera producer at the Magberwick? The very same. Good to see I have fans in unexpected places. A speakeasy isn't the first establishment that comes to mind when one thinks of high culture, but good art permeates all strata of Bukovi society. Would you like a drink? Why else would I frequent an illegal underground bar? Olivia certainly knows some Olivia certainly knows some interesting spots around this city. Olivia told you about this place? Yes, indeed. She told me about the fantastical portal to pre-prohibition times I could find hidden beneath Libraria. Unfortunately, due to recent events, she didn't have the time to tell me where exactly to find the entrance. Fortunately, I know Vincent well enough. We've always moved in similar circles, so I simply asked him where to go, and here we are. Very good. Now then, how about that drink? What flavors do you enjoy? Now bear in mind how I look while consuming the beverage. Perhaps something simple to represent my modesty, but with a little flair as the proverbial cherry on top. Right. I don't think of you as particularly simple in appearance, though I guess this type of suit wouldn't be super... I don't know much about men's fashion. I did some basic research. This kind of suit does seem like it would be pretty, looks like a day suit or something. I might be speaking out of my ass, so... but it's... so don't take that too seriously. But, yeah, I think that's like a day suit. The stripe pattern, not solid colors, pretty, you know, pretty standard. No one here has a plain black suit, except maybe almost her. But not really, which is appropriate. You place a tall glass before Lawrence. He clasps his hands together with glee. Let's see if I can make something worthy of your name. That's the spirit. He's got a little bit of what's the term? He's got a little something, a little bit of a opinion on himself. I mean, why not the drama queen? It looks like it does look like a pretty simple drink anyway. Mix every drink at least once. So I've done it. Yippee. This drink is audaciously good. I can see how you make a living off of these. I look forward to spending more time here. Olivia did well to find this place and recommend it to me. As long as the police are investigating this unfortunate incident, I can't really travel out of the city anyway. With all that said, I bid you adieu, my friend. Farewell, Mr. Sullivan. Oh, oh. Now you intrigue me. This must be... Did you mention? I'm assuming this is the Reese. Fashionable stranger. Yeah, fashionable stranger. Look at them. The stranger sits down at the bar. Their eyes narrow as they regard each person in turn before turning to face you. You're not sure if they're annoyed or if that's just their eyebrows. Rough day? The trials and tribulations that have plagued me cannot be contained within a mere 24 hours. Though I deem it unfair to offload all my torment upon an innocent ear. You're refreshingly earnest. I am. My name is Reese Kenreed. I was the prop master at the Maverick Opera House. Pleasure to meet you. After the tragedy at my former place of employment, I was told by many that I could use a drink. A blithe, cheerful blonde fellow pointed me in this direction. Killian said he invited someone. He did not disclose his name. Usually an essential first step when desperately trying to form a new friendship. Especially bewildering when the friendship would be between two mismatched and strange bedfellows. Goddess, I'm so sour today, even I cannot stand it. I am, somehow, even more judgmental than usual this evening. I cannot quite believe this Killian fellow leapt on stage and tried to help. His lack of medical knowledge is staggering. His heart is in the right place, I suppose, but I'm not sure he knew the names or locations of any of the other organs. Could I offer you a drink in these trying times? Yes, in spite of it all, Killian was right. I could use a drink. I'm very curious what you will serve me on this moonlit evening. Your vibes. Whoa. This character is hot. What the hell? Like, goals also, like, goals? Any flavors you're fond of? Something light and sweet, not too strong. Something that symbolizes a fresh start. After tonight, I want to face tomorrow with renewed zeal. Okay. That would probably be, like, sweet, light. Probably something with, like a citrus. Mint is also a good one. I think they'll like a mint punch. I don't know. I guess an evening prayer also would be good. Herbal bitter orange. Maybe a poison drop. I'll do a mint punch because I think that's gonna be their favorite. Just based off of description. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That really hit the spot. Fresh yet sweet, like a new dawn in a glass. I love it. I think I'll be back. The decor is a bit bright and garish for my taste, but there's a shabby faded grandeur I appreciate. personified by Vincent, his eccentric manners occasionally amusing. You're always welcome here. Reese's mask of affected disinterest slips for a moment and they let out a low breath, perhaps a sigh of relief. You suspect they are going through a difficult time. Perhaps I can bring my friends along. The Ravenborn Society might enjoy it here. We need a new place to discuss this month's novel. I hope y'all don't hear the dog barking. Oh well. Now then, I can't stay for too long this evening. I need to find a new job soon, and I must make sure I do not spiral into a pit of alcohol and self-pitying melancholy, as I do most Tuesdays. Well, it's Wednesday, so you're good. They put some coins on the counter, give a courteous nod, and walk off toward the exit, waving without looking back. Good luck, Reese. Now well, I gotta hear this first. Mr. Sullivan, I need to talk to you in an official capacity about the recent events at the Maverick Theater during the performance of the play you produced. Yes, very good. I say, aren't you that detective fellow? You have a strong jawline. Distinctive. Have you ever acted or modeled? What? No, Mr. Sullivan, this is not the time for... I don't have much to do with the fashion world, but my cousin Maurice is looking for unusual-looking gentlemen who can show his three-piece suits on some billboards. I am an officer of... What do you mean, unusual? Oh, I meant it as a compliment, of course. Not unusual in an unappealing way. You know, distinctive. Striking. Mr. Lawrence, can I ask you about some unusual events on the night of the accident? It's that jawline. So rugged. Yes, you'd make a fine leading man too, you know. If you had talent or charisma, damn, get his ass. Mr. Lawrence, can you tell me exactly where you were at? Some people here, they lack charisma and consider that an insult. Not me. I see true charisma all the time, and though it's essential on stage, I know that it comes from not patience or virtuous. Comes not from practice or virtuous effort. Mr. Sullivan, if you could please listen to my questions carefully. All I want to know is... A charisma is like being tall or beautiful. Indeed, a part of physical charisma for a leading man is being tall. But what I am really talking about is the charisma of personality. You know, the type of person who lights up a room with their smile, who makes your heart glow warm just because you are in their presence. You're not listening to me at all. I hate small talk. Small talk? We are discussing the most important aspect of a man's nature, their ability to inspire others with affection and connection. Mr. Lawrence, that's all very interesting, but if we could please get back to my questions about the incident during dalliance. Yes. Well, dalliance relied on a strong, charismatic male performer, somewhat stiff and unlikable at first, of course, not unlike you, but as the story progresses... Forget it. This is going nowhere. I hate the theater. Good one, old fellow. I'll let him live in that. He could... Penance. Wow. Your design is gorgeous. Now this necklace. Interested about this necklace. There's a lot of jewelry design, stuff going on. Did Alina had a lot of sun stuff? Is that the alchemic, like, symbol for Earth? Let me look at that. It feels like it... What are some alchemy symbols? I don't know why that's, like, coming to my brain first. I don't think that's the symbol for Earth. I wish it may be more like culturally specific than like alchemy like that, or the details on it might might not be that relevant, but I want to believe that, I mean, not all the jewelry has been super, I guess this kind of like, there's sort of like a, I don't know if it's a water or like air motif with her. That's just a regular cameo. She's trying to seem very like posh. That gives like sort of like an old money feel to the cameos. It makes it seem like it's vintage family jewelry when it's really not. She has a chess piece, so I'm really definitely want to know about that in particular. I might do some research, maybe, or maybe if there's like an art book, maybe I'll pick that up for this game because I'm very interested in that little detail. But I was leaning towards like some sort of like symbology. I assume it's gotta be, because the other jewelry for the women has been relevant, and for the men I think it's been pretty relevant. Like all of these, unless I'm missing someone. He's very modern and he's kind of like not the most put together. He's not really dressed with like the tie pin like exactly, but all these like old money, like we've got names, we have like money like put together kind of fellows have the little tie pins, and obviously none of like the working class sort of people have them. So yeah, I think there's a relevance there. I wish I knew it. I will try and figure it out. An assertive young woman approaches the bar. For a brief moment, she looks around, seeming to admire the decor before she takes a seat on the stool. A woman walks into a bar. It's not a bad start, huh? Huh? It's the opening of one of my favorite books. Then she orders a drink. So what have you got? What do you like? Something tangy? Perhaps with a bit of spice? No, you're cool. Place a tall glass before Effie and she smiles. How about a drink? I'd love one. A well-mixed cocktail is always appreciated. Let me go back. She said spice, tangy, so probably like a citrus. Citrus and tangy. She'd probably like a royal flush. I don't want to knock her out. She's not in a bad mood anyway. Tangy. Citrus. Why am I blanking? With spice. That wouldn't be herbal bitters. I guess that means you'd like the femme fatale. Is there another one? I think this is the one she probably likes. Does this mean you're gay? Gay women have loved this drink. It's been one woman, but the point still stands. What is this? It's good. I want to make this at home when Prohibition ends. This venue is nice. Vincent's doing a good thing here, creating a place for us all to drink and mix. Mixed clientele. Most of them aren't awful. What does that mean? Oh, don't take my cynicism too seriously. My opinion of people improves dramatically when I'm no longer sober. Thanks for the drink. Mysterious? Looks like she's staring at him. I wonder if that's relevant. Hey, Hugo. Bartender. Yeah, of course you're in a bad mood. He was just talking to you like that. Detective? What do you want? I'm very busy right now. Yes. You know, I never pictured you as a Nestor detective. Hugo's face immediately turns bright red upon hearing his middle name. He doesn't remain flustered for long, however, and his embarrassment turns to consternation. I did it. I'm not sure how you missed this fact, bartender, but I'm not a man known for a sense of humor or patience. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I told you not to dig into this case, and you decided to dig into me and my personal background instead. While I commend you on your ability to gather and collect information, my admiration is lessened by how trivial the information is. Let us move beyond these immature playground games. I'm in no mood to be mocked today, or ever. I was just teasing. I'm just like a little guy, okay? Like that post where it's like 5 foot, 6 guy would pick fights with people over men over 6 feet, and then just say, I'm just a little guy, I'm like a little birthday boy, it's my birthday. Our energy. What do you want? I'm very busy right now. Don't most detectives work with partners? Yes. So, I told you already, I will not be working with you on this case. What about another police officer? Yes, well, that is a rather sore point, so thank you very much for bringing that up. Sorry. Please forgive me. I'm on edge. Your question is a reasonable one. The Bukovi Constabulary is a competitive environment, filled with overly ambitious young men who will pat you on the back one moment and stab you in the next. There are too many people just like me, and I don't want to work with someone just like me. I want someone reliable, steady, and perhaps, if I'm honest, someone who's better with people. That's not my strongest area. So yes, I could have a partner. I could even choose to deputize a member of the public to help me, as you know. But right now, I have to do this alone. I get it. Nah, man, I'm yes-anding you, I guess. This goes against... I'm betraying my first bartender. But yeah, sure, I get it. The truth is, I had a partner once. Trevelyan was his name. Handsome fellow. Smooth talker. Ambitious, like me, but charismatic too. What happened to him? He was my first partner and I was his. After we were assigned to the same district, we embraced. We embraced? We embraced? Okay. I don't know, in this specific, each other? Just a regular hug? Okay. When we filed our first arrest, it felt like winning a grand prize. It seemed like nothing could stop us. But the truth is, he outshone me. He leapfrogged me for promotion, and now he's dating the commissioner's daughter. When I say hello to him in the station corridor, he doesn't even look at me. Damn. Don't worry about me, bartender. There is a lesson in it for me. There's a lesson there for you too, if you want to hear it. Sure. I let Trevelyan take the lead, take the glory. I became a sidekick, a side character in my own life, because I thought his success was our success. So I coasted on his achievements and didn't push myself to reach my true potential. A clever young woman once said, "Never dim your star to let another shine brighter." She was right. Oh. Is that Alina? Do you understand what I'm saying? I think so. See, this makes me feel bad for you, and I don't want to. I don't want to feel bad for you. You did that. You basically, did the opposite of that. If you think he did better than you use someone to get ahead. And I think maybe you feel guilty about that. You thought this is the way it has to be. And maybe relying on us, the penny gluer, as I will call them, for this bartender, relying on us maybe that scared you. You're scared of that, and you realize, am I destined to just be like sort of in the background? How do I trust someone? And in this case where someone is clearly not definitively bad, definitively like a criminal, like by my own terms, like how can I like profit off their success without a fully clean conscience, or like mostly clean conscience, I guess. I don't think he really liked the he liked the end result, but he didn't really, I mean, he's passing by this place often. We know that. Like, he feels guilty. I think so. Good. Let's get back to our respective jobs. You're my best friend. You're my best friend, Hugo. We literally hung out for like 2 weeks. That would be funny if I was like, hey, bestie. We hung out for 2 weeks and you used me to close a case. How are you enjoying your time at the theater? Are you being funny with me? Huh? I hate everything about working with these people. I hate the way they speak, always dancing around the point. I hate the smell of grease paint and the dirty backstage rooms they infest. Most of all, I hate their laughter and singing and general tomfoolery. I enjoy a bit of tomfoolery now and then. I don't. It's just so aggravating. I can't connect with them at all. I need someone who can speak to these people. Someone from their world. Or at least someone that isn't me. It sounds like you need me. What do you mean? I know what I am, bartender. Driven, focused, meticulous. But I also know what I'm not. Charming? Very funny. I'm not prone to flights of fancy. I'm not mercurial, fond of dramatics. All the singing and dancing and the way these theater types are so emotional. It's exhausting. Tell me, why are they always so expressive? I was not built for this much silly business. But you're fun. Shut up, man. I am being serious. It's funny that you're so serious. Please, I don't need to be mocked further. Like you said, I know what I am. I trust at least you can be serious with me. Well, I'm glad I can perhaps talk to some suspects here, where their guard is down, but they keep slipping away from me like eels between my fingers. I could help. It's my job to pin them down, or to grab hold of them, I guess. So just keep serving them strong drinks and let me work. I will get the information I need or go mad trying. Okay. Any more thoughts about the BPD? Right now, I feel they are compromised public service, unwilling to give hardworking officers like me the support and resources I need to achieve success, but expecting it nonetheless. Have you always felt this way? No. In truth, I was once very naive. An exemplary officer of the Bukovi PD, the youngest detective, and an outspoken evangelist for the duty, honor, and integrity of the Bukovi Constabulary. And now? I once spoke with Eleanor Ernest about the history of our esteemed PD. She had, and has, a cynical view of our purpose and our inception. I was once willing to argue with her tooth and nail that she was wrong. I would extol the virtues of our system at length, talk of honor and justice and equality, but the more I see the force, the more I think these values are just words, no action behind them. Damn it, bartender, I miss Belgia. I miss a place where everything made sense and there were rules and we followed them. I knew it. I knew it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like shades of gray. He doesn't understand them. There are too many shades of gray here. Rules we must follow, rules we ignore, rules we don't talk about. Was Belgium so different? Maybe. I don't know. Perhaps the whole world has changed. Sometimes I have this dream, bartender. I should not tell you about it. And maybe another time. Oh yeah, let's get this. Let's get this dream. Right. Sometimes I have this dream, bartender. I probably shouldn't tell you about it. But I will. In my dream, I was on my model train. A tiny man, as small as a shot glass. I was riding around and round on the track on the back of a locomotive. Little model world was whizzing past. I was content. Suddenly, on a parallel track, my father came past me on another train. It was cold and there was snow on the ground, and his train whistled past me toward a tunnel. The whistling wind and snow was getting worse. He didn't say anything to me. His face was wrapped in a scarf. He didn't look at me. I could see he was holding a torch. It lit up the path ahead. Lit up the tunnel when he went inside. And in the dream, I knew he was going ahead to light up a fire in the cold and in the dark. And I knew that at the end of the tunnel, on the other side, if there was an other side, he'd be waiting for me. That was my dream. Are you okay, Hugo? He shakes his head distractedly, then licks his lips like he wants to say more. But his features darken and he relaxes his shoulders. Yep, I'm fine. I'm done with this subject. Let's move on. Oh god. I guess we're his only friend. Oof. Hey Hugo, you know, you could have had like multiple friends. It's crazy how you ruined that for yourself. Can you talk about the case at all? To my partner, yes. You're not my partner. You don't have a partner. That's correct. And why would you want to get involved anyway? Is it not better to keep your nose clean? I wanted to help. I want to help you. Look, I still need the bar. I still need the customers here, relaxed and with their guard down. Do what you do best. Make drinks. Make casual conversation. Let me do my job. Do you want 10 lays worth of free advice? Avoid Eleanor Ernest. Why? Eleanor is a liability. The press are swarming once again. This is somehow an even bigger media circus than the Dragos murder. An opera star stabbed on stage in front of an audience. By the goddess, crimes don't come more high profile than this. This is my big chance to show that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Show all the doubters in the precinct that I am the man for the job. That is exactly what I intend to do. Why are you so quiet, bartender? What are you scheming? I don't want to lose approval. It's nothing, detective. Yes, well, very good. Oh, we're backstabbing him. Okay, girl, slay. I don't know why I'm so excited about that. I'm like, let's do this. It's more like we're technically trying to help him. About the case again, review the facts. Suspects. No fourth. No clear potential fourth. Yeah. The boy isn't about as useful as a chocolate teapot, but you may want to talk to him nonetheless. All clear. Okay. Welcome back, Effia. This would be a nice place to find a quiet corner and write in my notebook. Good ambiance. What sort of drinks do you like? Something tangy with a hint of spice. I wonder if this is a branching path, because I do actually want to help Hugo, but he's gonna fail. He's gonna fuck up. It's not his fault. He wasn't given the autism riz like I'm thinking Penny Gluer has, where they just really know how to converse with people. Okay. Can you tell me about Reese? Why, are you going after them? Should I be? Reese is good at their job and they don't suffer fools. I like that. Sure, they're not a beam of sunshine and they don't play the game. That kind of professionalism and detachment is something that shouldn't be held against them. Reese often had flaming rows with Olivia over her lack of professionalism and general disregard for the work they delivered as props master. I think Olivia respected Reese? Maybe. But Reese had no time for divas. I don't know. They kind of seem like I feel like they'd be awesome. Like, talking to them in the same room would be kind of awesome. Have you always lived in Bukovi? Yes, but my parents were immigrants, and I get that question a lot. What do they do? My dad was a stagehand. Tough job, long hours, heavy work, and when something goes wrong, you'd better be able to prove you're not to blame. Stagehands are easy to replace. It wasn't easy for my parents. It took a long time to settle into Bukovi. They couldn't visit the Maverick Opera House often, but when Dad managed to sneak me and Mother in, and we could watch together, nothing felt more like home. I like your vibe. I'm not getting a sinister vibe off of you, necessarily. I'll wait on that. You were listed as a stagehand on Dalliance. Can I ask you about the accident? I suppose so. I have nothing to hide. Who had access to the prop room? I mean, Reese, obviously, and a few other stagehands. Stavros didn't enter the prop room during the intermission, because he was ushered away to have his makeup redone by Lawrence. Although, I did see Stavros at the prop table before the actual show. Interesting. Did he kill himself? Was he trying to kill Olivia and he killed himself? That seems entirely possible. So what's it like being a stagehand? It's a hard job. Physical. That's it? Yes, and I suppose it's great if you love working with props, backstage, paintings and such. Very fulfilling. What's it like being a bartender? I love every minute of it. Well, you make it look easy and fun. How'd you like my enthusiasm? Okay. You hear about this? I don't gossip about my coworkers. Certainly not at a time like this. That's not who I am. Take your prying inquiries elsewhere. Alright? I can't spend all my money on cocktails. Time for me to get home. I do love how they stylized our guys in this game. It's very good. It's very good. Hey, here's some new facts. Look at this. This is interesting, isn't it? Very good. Considering what we knew from the outset about when the weapon must have been planted, that seems to rule out Stavros as a suspect. This seems a bit obvious, considering he's the victim. There's nothing obvious about it. No part of a criminal investigation is redundant, dear. You should always do your due diligence. If he had been at the prop table during intermission... Are you sure? I mean, he could have planted it. But he was there in the morning. He could have planted that weapon as easily as anyone else. We'd have to consider him a suspect. Lucky for us, he was only there before the show. Not lucky for him, though. They were interesting. It's worth grilling her for more information on this next time you see her, bartender. A breakup usually involves messy negative feelings, and any smoldering resentment between Olivia and Stavros may be relevant to our investigation. And if it isn't, well, she could possibly benefit from learning what it feels like to have someone dig through your dirty laundry, no? She's made somewhat of a career of that, last I heard. Yep. Hugo, I'm gonna have to steal this guy away from you for a second. Finally, I thought I'd sit here in Eon. Good evening, Lawrence. I'm in dire need of invigorating conversation and a drink. I hope you can provide both. What sort of drinks do you like? Did I not tell you that last time? Are you looking for a drink that just utterly defines me? Of course. Very well. What I want is excellent craftsmanship, a drink that shows ambition, pattern, a drink that makes one passion, a drink that... Sorry. Got hit with a nasty yawn. A drink that shows ambition, passion, a drink that makes one weep with its many complexities, something strong yet bitter, warm yet frosty. I'm sure you can find something that fits that description. I'll, do my best. I will be right back. I have to go do something real quick. Okay. I'm back. It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff to dig into. I really don't want to mess this up, but I feel like if I do stuff, like, he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be pissed. But I feel like I'm gonna take a sip while I ponder. I feel like just this is my like optimism in like the game design sort of situation. I think through helping Elena, we're gonna get him to loosen up a little bit, move him away from just trying to you know, take Bukovi PD so seriously and try so hard to just get through that the same sort of way. I don't know. I'm not sure how I imagine the endings manifesting, really. I have no clue. Tell me about Dalians. Dalians is the culmination of my life's work, my magnum opus. I worked for years selecting scripts, assembling my perfect cast, and securing the funding and support I needed to craft my masterpiece. So now it's over, will you retire? Of course not. Because of that accident, I did not have a full run, and I'm on sabbatical. I need time to regroup and regain my equilibrium. My creative juices need to percolate once more, preferably in schnapps or absinthe. Announcing anything as final will have the masses rushing to the booths to purchase tickets. I was there when Lawrence Sullivan the fourth final work was premiered. That's genius. I'm glad you think so. And even better, when I eventually announce my comeback, the effect doubles. After all these years, he's back. I simply must see it. Don't get me wrong. Dalians isn't like any other play I produced in the past. It is a celebration of what led me here in the first place. Elaborate. Gladly. My first ever credited production in the world of opera was known as Crossing. You know all about it, of course. Absolutely. We researched it. When planning Dalians, or Dalliance, it was imperative that I reassemble much of the original cast of Crossing as possible. As such, I went out of my way to recruit both Olivia Carmine and Stavros Stone, who played the leads of Crossing at the time. I was also lucky to pick up Effia DeVos again, an integral part of the team. Wait, Effia? Oh yes, does that surprise you? She looks quite young for her age, doesn't she? My plan came together quite wonderfully. The beginning and the end. Alpha and Omega. Or perhaps it was, well, I suppose it was a wonderful plan. Was a wonderful plan until the tragedy struck Stavros. I see. Funk. Important to Lawrence. So he wouldn't sabotage that. It means he's probably not a suspect, right? Could an enemy have tried to sabotage Dalliance? An enemy? Who in the world would consider me an enemy? I just thought, well, I suppose I can think of one, or maybe two now that you mention it. Like, well, there's Artemis Godolphin, the theater critic. That fat old queen never did warm to my work. Talentless hack. And there's Carmelia Simone. She was a falsetto who could break a crystal glass with her voice, and break the hearts of every wife whose husband she seduced. That woman was voracious and vicious. When I chastised her, she threatened to burn down the rehearsal studio. Oh, and of course, there's my old rival, Marcus van Karstein, the 8th Duke of Hanovria. Never did like me or my family. His father and my father had a blood feud, and as their sons, Marcus and I were expected to continue that feud. Neither of us had the stomach for blood, though, so instead we sent a series of increasingly savage letters to one another. I once called his suit horror awful. Horror awful? It means horrible and awful at the same time. Of course. I suppose my ex-wife, Mariana, might wish specific harm on me, and I know this because she sent me a letter. What did it say? I wish you specific harm. You have a lot of enemies. Yes, well, if you're not upsetting anyone with what you say, you're not saying anything at all. Okay. What was working with Olivia and Stavros like? If I can be frank with you, my friend, very much like trying to mix oil with water. As I'm a veteran in this wonderful industry, I've seen my fair share of clashing egos and divas storming off in a huff. These experiences pale in comparison to what was going on between Stavros and Olivia. They managed to keep things somewhat civil, in my presence at least. It was always very tense, though. If Effia is to be believed, however, she heard both leads in a shouting match, spouting colorful profanity at each other not too long ago. Don't look into this too much, dear friend. It's all quite common in the industry. I'd be more unnerved if there wasn't any backstage drama. Alright, thank you, Lawrence. I need to look at my work. My evidence. So we should talk to Effia about that for sure. I want to ask about... Maybe I'll ask about this one. So, Dalliance was to be your swan song. Indeed, it was a wonderful play about tragedy and melancholy. A tour de force through the history of Saran society, with Olivia Carmine and Stavros Stone back where they should be, top billing. Both Olivia and Stavros were the stars of my first play, Crossing. In some ways, Dalliance is the second part of that story. Though not linked by plot or character, the two plays were thematic siblings. In a sense, Dalliance closed the loop that began with Crossing. What are your plays about? Life, death, and everything in between, though I don't write the stories. Dalliance is written by Gail de Winter. But though the script is important, it is the director and the producer who bring the words to life and create the magic. You can think of this Script is the rails we ride on. Meanwhile, as producer and director, I both construct the locomotive and pilot it where it needs to go. That's quite the metaphor. Well, I'm glad to help you peek behind the curtain and explain how the magic is made. Where did the time go? I must be off. Good night, bartender. So Hugo. So Hugo. If I give you a clue... No, I'm gonna wait for him to ask. I'm gonna wait for you to ask. I'm gonna wait for you to ask, and then we'll do what we do. He needs to beg us. He needs to be over here and be like, I need you to do that. On the table. This clears you, right? Is possible? Jar couple. That doesn't... I guess there's not... What does this have to do? Okay, so I don't have much. I need to probably get more info by presenting shit. That's my bad for not doing that. Well, well, well. Well, 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 look who decided to show the fuck up. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, huh? Uh-huh. A tired, annoyed, and visibly frustrated, Hugo Mertens enters the speakeasy. He grabs the stool roughly and wrestles it into position. He sighs deeply, a sound that comes not from his throat, but from the depths of his soul. His piercing eyes finally meet yours, and you see a desperate plea for help. Oh, the puppy dog eyes? Oh, you want to do the puppy dog eyes on me? Still abstinent, detective? After everything I've been through these past few days? Absolutely not. Just give me the strongest drink you have on the menu right now. If it kills me outright, at least I won't have to deal with these theater people anymore. Are you sure about that? I am dead serious. I need to erase the memories of working with this dramatic troupe of clowns. Give me the strongest drink you have on the menu. You rummage around behind the counter and find the cleanest glass you have, then place it in front of Hugo. A drink, detective? Maybe just one more, for old time's sake. Oof. Dude, you're gonna be knocked the fuck out. I give you the strongest drink. Dude, you'll be out. Dude, you'll be out. You said the strongest? Dude, you're gonna be fucked. This is hilarious, dude. Hey. When I asked you to make it strong enough to kill me, I was joking. You get what you ask for in this bar, detective. Hugo quickly downs the rest of his drink. He does not savor the taste, nor does he shudder from the sudden hit of alcohol. So how are things going, Hugo? How do you think, bartender? I can't talk about a damn thing. Wait, did he even like that? No. Oh my god. It's like, you cannot use hyperbole here. You'll sound like a theater kid. How do you think, bartender? I can't talk about anything with that damn producer Lawrence Sullivan without him rambling on and on about his insufferable family and legacy. The props master, Reese, barely speaks, and every word they say drips with contempt. The feeling is mutual at this point. And Effie, the stagehand, dances around me with her labyrinthine vocabulary. Labyrinthine means like a maze. She taught me that. She shouldn't be so arrogant. I'm speaking my third language after all. Is there a law written somewhere that all amateur writers have to be so full of themselves? Probably scribbled on a notepad, yeah. And all the while, Olivia Carmine has still not responded to my summons for testimony. They say if you look at something long enough, you fall in love with it. I might as well consider proposing to her manager because that's all I see every time I try to reach that woman. And with that final complaint, the tension seems to finally leave Hugo's body. The alcohol and the act of venting his frustrations are having an effect. This has been one hell of a week. Actually, it's only Thursday. Yes, well, it's not been a fair challenge for a single man to take upon himself. I feel like I've been set up to fail. Why am I telling this to you of all people? How about you go back to playing with your liquor bottles while I go back to interviewing these buffoons and solving this case? Huh? Sure. With reluctance, Hugo gets up from the stool, slightly swaying as the alcohol hits him. Godspeed, Hugo. You're still here. No, I want to help you. Let me help you. Let me quick save. Let me help you. This might be the first time I've agreed with Killian Durand on anything. I've never gotten the point of melodramatic tragedies like this. Being I said, I don't see how this is relevant. Unless you're implying they need to include a real homicide to spice up an underwhelming script. Sure hope not. Wait, should I didn't make him a drink he liked, it's okay. Did you know about this? I think I'm unaware the two squabbled. Olivia clashed with rather a lot of people from what I gathered. Sorting through all the petty drama at work is shaving years off my life as it is. I don't need your input in this. But the one Effia mentioned sounded serious. And I'm sure I'll get to hear about it before long. It won't be from you. Ugh. Yep. He's like, stop pushing me away, freak. Guy comes in here sopping wet. Pathetic. He won't even accept my help. Won't even accept my riz. Hey there, hello again. Remember me? We helped the man who was stabbed on the stage at the opera. You yelled at me. Of course I remember you. Hard not to. I can't say I blamed you for trying to help, even though you were useless. Most of the audience just sat there gawping. I know it was bold of me to act, but I can't help but worry I may have made things worse. You didn't make things better or worse. You didn't really do much of anything. But a wound like that was always going to be fatal, so don't worry too much about it. I see. Poor guy. Did you lose your job because of my stunt? Reese almost smiles. I was fired, of course. That had nothing to do with you. Sorry to hear that, old fellow, sorry to hear that, friend. What are you going to do now? I haven't decided yet. My skills are in demand, of course. My reputation hasn't taken too much of a knock. I'm free to choose my own path now. A look of disbelief flashes across Killian's face. You can't tell whether he's confused or realizing something. Just like that, aren't you nervous about security? Money? What about your reputation? It's just a job at the end of the day. I suppose so. I haven't really ever had a job. They're very helpful when you need money to buy food, pay your rents, and buy books. Consider getting one. Or if you don't need to work, maybe get a hobby. Huh. Yes, maybe I will. Yeah, sure. Hobbies, he's like, I just realized that's a thing I can do. You're learning so much from them. What are you doing alone? Alright, daters. Hello again. Hey there, Lucas. Hey. Let's get you your favorite drink. You love a coffee. I'm gonna go through everyone, make sure they all have the drinks that they like first. I really should have gotten him a drink that did not just get him fucking wasted. I feel really bad. I want to talk to him. Fuck it. Maybe I am coming around to him. He's really pathetic. I don't forgive him, but... You know... It is what it is. I'll accept it. I'll accept you for that. You didn't wrong me. You wronged me, the player. You didn't wrong the bartender. This one, at least. I wonder where Peter's been. I miss Peter. I miss Clara and Peter. Where are my gay people? I actually don't know if Peter's gay. It would be awesome if so. Please be gay. Like to charge your vlog to cast. There's stuff I need to ask you. I didn't get them a drink, though. Here I am again. Evening, Reese. I'm never sure what kind of topics to discuss. People are all so different. What sort of drinks do you like? Something cold and bitter and dark as night, of course. I thought that would have been obvious. Don't judge a book by its cover, I always say. That's good, because I was only joking. I'd like something fresh and not too strong, please. Maybe a little sweet. They're so cool. They're so cool. That really hit the spot. Yeah, they said that before. Interesting jewelry. Rings are cool. I don't think they're super significant, honestly, compared to like other jewelry in the game. Do you have jewelry on? No. I think it's mostly for like, for anyone, like, for women it seems to be like more of a thing. Jewelry is more of a significant thing. Like the pearls, very refined, very demure. Oh, you don't need to drink, right? Okay. I'll start. Let me get you something to drink also. We'll do that. Perfect. And I also think, I'm wondering what Sandra said. And I'm wondering if there are questions I need to answer when they're completely sober. That's like the 2 tally, 2 action tally. It's probably for that. Let me get you your drink. I think that's probably the situation. Again, very, very cute. You said you saw this. Yeah, that's what I said. Tensions were high between them the entire production through. Did Stavros and Olivia fight? Yes, and he told her she was going to get what she deserved. That sounds bad for him. That is bad for him. You should look into that. This would be a nice place to find a quiet corner and write my notebook. Good ambiance. Okay, that's just replaying the... We just need to get Olivia at some point. I want to ask you about the callback. Oh there, friend. I'm not reliving that period of my life. Those are stories for another time, a drunker time. Yes. That's helpful. Do you hear about this? He was blacklisted. The man's body is barely cold, bartender. I'm not going to gossip with you about his reputation. That's fair. Fair enough. Oh, and she's probably not going to reply to that. Did you see that? You said that. Did you tell me this? Yes, that's what I said. Okay. Let's talk about this. I'm not sure I'd take my theater criticism from a young man dressed like a smoked salmon. I can't argue with that. Get his ass. She's pretty cool too. I like her vibe. She gives a similar vibe to Maria, where I feel like they're just very like quietly observant, smart, kind of like avoiding a lot of like the drama hallmarks. She seems a lot more flippant, or like, you know, because Maria obviously had like a lot of like, you know, protective feelings for Alina in case zero. She feels a little bit more flippant, very professional. I can understand why he'd want her back for that. That makes sense to me. Let's see. Okay. Olivia Carmine. Olivia Carmine registered. Please select a topic. News. As confirmed by hundreds of eyewitnesses in the audience, Olivia Carmine stabbed fellow actor Stavros Stone during a performance of Dalliance, written by Gail De Winter and produced by Lawrence Sullivan IV. This was said to be Mr. Sullivan's final work before entering retirement. The police investigation is still ongoing, and Miss Carmine was released after recounting her version of events leading up to the incident. The Bukovi Police Department has released a statement saying they are actively investigating whether it was a tragic accident caused by a malfunctioning prop or if it was purposefully tampered with. Olivia Carmine has not made a public appearance since the incident. Reporters and investigators are consistently met by her agent and lawyer instead. She must be doing awful. Personal life. Olivia Carmine was born in 1894 at the Royal Hospital in Bukovi. She is the daughter of Barthelo Carmine and famous singer Victoria Carmine, notable members of the ancient aristocratic Carmine family. Olivia enjoyed a prestigious private education, where her talent for singing as a mezzo-soprano was quickly discovered. Nurtured by the experience of her mother, she made her first debut at the theater in 1918 with her performance of Crossing. Sufficient tabloid coverage and magazine articles exist to strongly suggest that both leads, Olivia Carmine and Stavros Stone, had entered a relationship shortly before the first performance. This relationship ended a few months later. While many tabloids have speculated on the cause of the breakup, an official statement was never released by either performer. Olivia later married Gustav Trafalgar, though opting to retain her family name. Their marriage lasted for 5 years before Gustav passed from cardiac arrest caused by a congenital heart defect. Olivia has since stated that she no longer holds interest in long-term relationships, choosing to focus on her career as an opera singer and hosting her popular radio show, Chamomile and Carmine. She's gone on record in several newspaper interviews to say she considers herself a devout follower of the Church of the Goddess and considers her faith to have a significant positive impact on her day-to-day life. We should be getting the priest back, shouldn't we? John Lacey, where are you? He's pretty cool too. I like his sad vibe. His sad vibe. Some of these are like really dealing with my stamina for these ones is not as hard. No, not as hard, not as going strong. I might need to take a break from Stack. So. Yeah, tell me about your other plays. Oh, must I? I really feel Dalliance is my defining work. Everything else has been a stepping stone, including the step. What was the step about? It was originally a Bildungsroman about a young man whose genius was curtailed by an overbearing wife. It wasn't well reviewed, but needs must. It opened doors for better projects during the middle period slump of my career. I think the critics are often talking out of their, well, you know. Anything else? Oh, I've directed 100 plays and produced more. Give me a subject and I'll tell you about a play I've worked on. Small orange beavers called Birdie. Oh yes, it was called Damn Good Times, and it was a musical with elaborate sets and some ostentatious costumes. Wait, really? No, I'm just playing along, riffing as the Thespians say, but I enjoy your japery. I've had a long career, but I am an optimist. I still believe my best work is ahead of me. Sure it is. I don't know if I should be trusting you. You're positioned to be the fourth suspect, but I don't know. Why did you call them back? Can you tell me about this? Oh yes, I remembered well. It was quite fortuitous for crossing indeed. The onstage chemistry was simply explosive, and the press was suddenly very interested in the show. Do you know why they broke up? Olivia never did tell me, but I imagine the novelty just wore off, which is par for the course, really. As common as relationships are in this industry, they usually don't have a long shelf life. No threats? You're not taking this seriously, are you? Stavros was probably just getting in character. Penelope is the reason for Hercules' tragic demise after all, and not long before she too meets her untimely end. Effie seemed to take it quite seriously. Ah well, you know how it is. Emotions run high on stage, and people say a lot of silly things when they're cross with one another. Very passionate people, actors. I'm sure this was nothing serious. If you say so. Bye. I do love his sprites. Her sprites are good. Evening. Here's some info I think you might like. He threatened her, even if it was nothing but hollow words. His final fate could suggest Olivia took them very seriously indeed. She may have wanted to defend herself, or worse, to act preemptively, but how would she have done so? Could she have been the one to tamper with the dagger? As you know, yeah. I want to ask, this is where we go to Reese. Hey, you know. Wait, did I actually... I was gonna say, did I actually feed Killian? Did I feed you, Killian? Killian, did I feed you? No, I didn't. I literally didn't give him a drink. Incredible. How's the job hunt going? Dreadful, but thanks for asking, I guess. Not bad, huh? I've been browsing employment opportunities for months and I can barely get a single interview. Did you send many applications? You've no idea how hard it is to find job openings that sound interesting, that my parents wouldn't throw a fit over, and that I feel I'd be any good at. In fact, I haven't really found any. Perhaps it's time to settle for 2 out of 3. Maybe I should ask Reese for advice. They're also looking, with greater success than I, it seems. I do envy them, you know, not getting involved in a murder investigation and getting sacked and all that, but having found their thing, their way in life, knowing what they're good at and what they're worth. All I know is that I'm not good at anything. You can become good at something. Oh, I don't know. Only thing I have an eye for is pretty things, but I don't have the makings of a painter, or seamstress, or a sculptor. I'm too impatient, too easily distracted. Don't like getting my hands dirty either. Suppose I have enjoyed a bit of photography. I bought myself a Canon Insta last year. Spent a rather enjoyable summer with it too. Snapping pictures of pretty girls and sunsets and street corners, and pretty girls on street corners. Probably rubbish though. I don't know, I felt too embarrassed to actually show anyone. I just did it because it was fun. Not much to go on, is it? enjoy it, it's worth pursuing. Yeah, is that on? That get added to something? No, I think it just added as like, I did not mean to do that. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Wait, am I maxed out on him? Oh, not quite. Okay. Yeah, I might need to take like a break here and come back a while later, I think. Like, I think I need like a substantial break, but I still want the episode would be too short if I ended it here. And I want to get like at least like something. This is a really hard case. And we need to work together, Hugo. We can't do this alone. You can't do it alone, and I actually do need you. So, I think I probably need you. I mean, I probably don't, but it would be nice. But, yeah, I think we'll just have to continue this a little bit later on. So I will be back. So I am back. And I was just kind of like glancing at this while I was revving up on some energy, and I realized literally the freaking handbook has this down here. So that explains why he did it. You know, selling the first bartender out. Says feeling overdue for, I believe, a promotion. It may be best to see your fellow blank or sabotage others to get blank, you know. So now I understand what this means. I thought this was like, honestly, I thought this was related to like getting ahead in the game, like a specific hint, but it's literally like telling us what he's going to do, which is crazy. And it's still covered up, so I don't think he'll betray us anymore, but he's not busy right now. I took away the guy you were talking with. So mean to me. So mean to me. Okay. I haven't gotten anything to connect, but I need to ask Reese some questions. Okay. Let me just go with questions and then I'll ask the other stuff another day, because I'm not feeling super talkative right now. Or maybe I'll warm into it. So what about that? What about the butting heads? You can hardly blame me. One can only tolerate so many Easter egg hunts trying to locate props that were carelessly discarded all over the set before losing one's patience. She didn't respect me, my work, or my time, so why would I respect her? The way I see it, you earn that sort of thing. I always knew Lawrence would take Olivia's side, but I'd sooner die than bite my tongue. Take her side? Nothing. It doesn't matter now. I've moved on. I'm never sure what kind of topics to discuss. People are all so different. Okay, that's the... Okay. On the table, did you see him mess with stuff? Effie was right. I didn't see Stavros at the prop table either during their performance. Although I'll admit I was not as vigilant as perhaps I could have been. Say what you want about Stavros, but he was always very responsible with his props. I didn't have to watch him like a hawk. Okay, I love this fight. You're awesome. You're so cool. You weren't part of the original. Did you hear about them fighting? Oh yes, it was incessant, really. Do you know what the big fight was all about? No clue. I tuned out their childish bickering long ago for the sake of my own sanity. Ask Effia. Thanks. I don't think... But she wouldn't talk about it. I think I had to get her drunk. Okay, what went wrong with the dagger at the premiere? The dagger did what it was supposed to do. Kill. Look, I already left my statements with the police. I'd prefer not to leave them with a bartender I barely know. Reese's attitude is cold and guarded. Seems they don't quite trust you yet. Didn't mean to pry. I love a good moonlight stroll, and the night is calling for me. Farewell. Why are you... They're so pretty. Losing my mind. Losing my marbles. Okay. I don't think there's anything you can... I guess I'll ask you about gossip. You and Reese are friends. Did you hear about this? That's hardly surprising. They're both strong-willed, outspoken people, aren't they? That doesn't mean they can't still respect each other. The first time I ever met Reese, they called me an idiot and gave me an earful. And now we're friends. At least I think we are. Okay. I guess it's not super important. What can I do with everything else? I guess I can just talk. Oh, did you hear about the embargo and Jane and coffee? Hear about it? I am living it. Since trying those beans, no other coffee will do. So without them, I am positively deprived. I've had a caffeine headache for a week. But you've not been drinking any. Exactly. When you stop taking caffeine and you're accustomed to drinking a lot of coffee, you get a withdrawal effect. Headaches, lethargy, malaise. How many coffees do you drink? In a week, perhaps 56. A week, 56. Yeah, I think that is 8. Right, it's 49. Yeah, that's 8 coffees a day. Very good. Do you want to work with me at the bank? My manager would need an adding machine to calculate that. Not the sharpest anymore. It's a lot of coffee, though. Indeed it is. And without it, I am finding my focus, my energy, my ability to survive the day is much reduced. Oh, ADHD king. Okay. Is it the fated combo of ADHD autism? If something is worth doing, it is worth overdoing. They don't have Adderall yet. They'll get you one day, king. I applaud the spirit of the sentiment, and for anything other than coffee, I would advise moderation, but my heart drips black and beats slower without my beloved dark beverage. My word, I sounded just like Reese there. Are you two friends? We met in the Gothic section of Libraria. I am friends with anyone who shares coffee and conversation, especially if they also loan me the very best, most chilling, macabre horror novels. Okay. Did you hear they were butting heads with your friends? That certainly tracks with what Reese has told me. Can you blame them? I know the performing arts are about spontaneity, but Reese values a structured, well-organized workspace, as do I. Miss Carmine is a radiant, charming woman that I'm always happy to chat with, but I'm not sure I'd be happy to work with her. Okay. Yeah. Closed door, do you know anything about this year and, you know stuff? I don't know anything about that. Never mind. Let me leave this for a second. Rough. Rough, I am really stalling. To Gale de Winter. Gale de Winter is a famous playwright in Bukovi. While the name is well known even outside the world of theater, only those invested in opera are aware that it is, in fact, a pen name used by an anonymous individual. It's probably Effia. The name Gale de Winter first appeared in the credits of notable plays around the year 1920. Since then, many have speculated about the real identity of Gale. Most producers who have worked with the anonymous playwright in the past state that communication was handled by mail through a P.O. box. Only a few, most notably Lawrence Sullivan V, claim to have worked with Gale directly. This revelation came to light during an interview with Mr. Sullivan regarding the production of his latest and final work, Dalliance, which was entirely written by Gale de Winter. Mr. Sullivan told interviewers that Gale's identity is a well-kept secret, and he would only share it with his most trusted confidants. He also mentioned turning down several monetary offers from tabloids in exchange for disclosing the real identity. I don't think I showed Effia the review, did I? I should show her the review when I see her. Maybe that'll piss her off. Okay. Born 1898. Immigrated at a young age. Okay. Her first credit was in 1918, where she acted in The Crossing. More recently, in 1928, she appeared as a stagehand during the premiere of Dalliance. Okay. She acted? I thought she was a writer. Interesting, interesting. Lord Sullivan. Okay. Yep. Diminished. Working in finance, the arts, and even commerce. No political career. Yeah. Yep. This is no new info. And Reese Kenreid, born 1901, is a citizen of Bukovi. They are listed as an employee at the Maverick Opera House, fulfilling the role of prop master. During their 2 years of employment at the Maverick, they were credited for their role in a variety of plays, though not much else is known about them. The last entry is for the premiere of Dalliance. Okay. We're all cleared up. Let's check what I've gotten. Anything connectable? I don't think any damn thing is connectable. Well... Did you know Stavros? Sorry, bud, but I think I'd rather talk about something else till I've had a few drinks. Okay, you need to be that level of drunk. Okay. It would make sense if he's not working there. He needs to be working somewhere, so... Tell me about Scotia. I'm feeling a mite homesick, so I won't linger on the subject, but I can tell you one interesting difference between Sara and Scotia. Alright? We neighbor with Albion. It's bigger, richer, and more powerful than us. Albion and Scotia. We don't always see eye to eye. We have a big, long, open border. We aren't exactly best buds. That border has seen some sights. Do you have a story? Hi, did I ever tell you about my Uncle Ali? Or Ally? Ally? No? Mad old bastard. He had a screw loose, but he was a good laugh. No one hated Albion like Uncle Ali. He had this one mad tradition that used to make us all laugh. At the end of the year, he would take his old bicycle and he'd ride up all the way to the border. At the stroke of midnight on New Year, he'd take one step over the border, take a deep breath, and shout bastards at the top of his lungs. Why? He said the new year was a chance to remind them of his opinion. Once a shower of bastards, always a shower of bastards. That's funny. That's Uncle Ali, alright. I'm not saying I agree with the sentiment, but I confess, every time I hear the story, I chuckle. I can see why. Okay. I don't think I can get anything out of him right now. Evening. And your case. So let me check. Can I present my case to him? No, I can't. You need to be my friend again. I miss it. I don't know why. I got accustomed to my terrible worsty. Oh yes, I remember hearing something about that. Do you believe the writer of the play might have something to do with the case? It's certainly a possibility. If you want to find out De Winter's true identity, you'll have to get in the good graces of someone who's worked with them personally. Use good old-fashioned flattery if you must. Yeah. Yeah, I know who to call for that. Gosh, I've gotten nothing. We are not getting out of this one, folks. Do I finally have a motive? Failed threats. That wouldn't... Backstage fight. Cutting heads. I'm connecting everything, I don't care. All back. Homme de plume. Okay, we're not getting anywhere. Oh boy. Ginger ale, please help me. Please save me, ginger ale. Who are you? Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink as I take her in. Okay. I'm seeing no jewelry. Pretty modern getup. Pretty humble. Kind of like a sailor looking thing. I'm thinking... I mean, like an office worker. Taking in every detail. Okay. Are you the writer? Or are you someone else? Are you not relevant to that part? I hope you're relevant to that part. I need help. I need help. Okay. A prim-looking woman takes a seat. She looks around the bar with keen interest, taking in every detail. Wait until she's done. After a few more seconds, her eyes go over all the neatly stacked bottles behind you before finally her gaze meets yours. The inquisitive look changed to a polite, slightly embarrassed smile. Sorry, I've never been to an illegal bar before. Wow, everything looks so different from what I expected. What exactly were you expecting? The articles I've read on alcohol consumption in Bukovi mostly mention seaside pubs filled with salty sailors drinking foaming ale, and fancy hotel bars serving cocktails to aristocrats. We're aiming for something more refined. I can definitely tell. The decor, ambiance, and style all seem carefully selected to ensure a feeling of class, while remaining subtle enough to make everyone feel welcome. Bit formal there, but that sounds good. Thank you. I've always found it hard to sound natural when I speak. Lots of facts and too much information. That's what my job is kind of perfect for me, though. It's all information all the time. The polite smile remains, but the girl's eyes twinkle mischievously as she waits for realization to dawn on you. Oh, it's you, Ilya. Oh my goodness, you are here. I clocked it. Ilya. I told you I would come to visit. I was curious and wanted to see who had been using the stack at this place. And of course, I never had a proper cocktail before, so I'm quite excited to try one. So what would you like to try? Gosh, I'm not sure what to order. What sort of flavors do you usually enjoy? I find sweet things very comforting. I'm not sure how well I tolerate alcohol, though. Is that helpful? Yes. You place the glass in front of Ilya. While she tries to remain composed, her eyes sparkle with a hint of excitement. I'm so glad she's here. Please go easy on me, as they say. Yes. We will go so easy. You have a lot more tolerance, girl, than you would think. I think you'd like. It's got cream in it. Maybe sugar syrup? Royal flush is pretty deep. Let's try a mint punch. If not, you probably like the other one. This makes my cheeks feel warm. I was worried I might not like this, but it tastes nice. Did she like that? No, it's not her favorite. It's not often I have the opportunity to explore places like this in the evening. I could get used to this. Who is currently operating the stack now? I encourage you to find that out. First-hand resources and personal experience are so much less subjective than discussions over alcohol. This is all very nice. I look forward to future conversations, either on the stack or in person. I don't get out much, obviously, but I'm gonna come back eventually. Bye-bye, Ilya. I love you. My best friend. My actual best friend. We're going to stack. How are you, Ilya? Registered. You got back. Yeah. So she's not there. Interesting. Gosh, what an awesome character. Love her. I'm so glad she got to show up. Like, her personality is just so charming. Mr. Floor, good evening to you. Yes, indeed. Good evening to you, Mr. Johansson. Johansson. I trust you're enjoying the nightcap? Aye, it's grand. You can't beat a place where you can get a good bevy. Especially if it doesn't cost you a small fortune. I'm terribly sorry, I must confess I struggle with the dialect at times. I'm not sure I understood much of what you said. Obviously, I anglicized it. My bad. Oh, sorry about that. After a few drinks, the accent gets stronger. I'm used to talking slow and clear for people in Sara, and I often forget myself after a few. I'll mind myself from now on. Oh, don't worry at all. Some colloquial flavor adds to the multicultural ambiance. Aye, right. You know, the influx of foreigners has made many of my contemporaries nervous. They worry that having so many new people in the city will dilute our culture. But I think skilled workers are essential. You work in the smelter, correct? Not in the smelter, Mr. Floor. I'll be a wee bit too hot. But I work with sheet metal, An essential job for solid infrastructure and logistics, I assume. Your friend Lucas has a vital job at the bank. Finance is also essential to future success and prosperity of Sara. Aye. So you're both contributing to the future of the country. To different degrees, obviously. Tell me, what is your family like in Scotia? Are your mother and father still alive? And together? My dad's dead, I mean. My mother is away with the fairies. She's not quite right in the head. She has some trouble with thinking clearly. But she's still my mother, you know? I do. Look, Mr. Floor, I can see you are wary of me. You're worried I might cause a bother in your lovely bar, and you're keeping an eye out on Lucas, making sure he's not falling in with a bad crowd. But I keep my nose clean. Lucas deserves more than just someone who keeps their nose clean, Mr. Johansson. He deserves the very best company. Ugh. It's a rough conversation to be eavesdropping in. This is not as funny as making fun of Hugo. Well, he's not getting the best, Mr. Floor. Not the most refined, most charismatic, literate, smartest, and certainly not the richest. But with me, he has the most loyal, honest, gentle, and I don't know what else to say. No need to say anything more, Mr. Johansson. I will take you at your word and keep my eye on you to make sure you live up to it. Fair enough? Okay. Yikes. Yikes. Hugo. Bartender? Detective? What do you want? I'm very busy right now. You don't want a fucking drink? Did I fail? Did I fail by giving you the wrong drink? No. Surely not. Surely not. Here I am again. Okay. Shit. Hey. How's job hunting? It's going, and not really any of your business. Grease remains reserved. A bit of alcohol might loosen their tongue, but you should probably be careful not to overdo it. Okay. You need to get right to tipsy. Let me put that down. Grease. Tipsy. I'll start doing those notes. Those will help me. What went wrong with the dagger at the premiere? I suppose there's no harm in telling you what I told the police. Who knows? Perhaps you won't be as obsessed with how the dagger killed Stavros. The real question is, how was the dagger modified? Go on. I recognized my own handiwork immediately. The dagger was a prop that I personally fashioned, with retractable mechanism and all. Both the weight and appearance had been carefully taken into account, so the actor can perform the most convincing delivery during the scene. It has to feel real, so the performance feels real as well. Any amateur could have sharpened it like some common kitchen knife, but I'd noticed that right away. No, their adjustments were more precise than that. Even a blunt knife can do a surprising amount of damage when thrust with enough force. Ordinarily, the blade on this dagger retracts fully into the hilt, but if that mechanism fails, well, I'm sure you can imagine the outcome. I built the dagger with a safety to prevent jamming, which I oil and test daily. Someone managed to sabotage it in such a way that the blade only locks in place when great force is applied, which sadly I don't typically do. So whoever did it knew what they were doing. Yes, metalworking experience would be essential to tamper with the dagger in any way. Fascinating. Okay. That makes me think, because he knew something about, I didn't get him a drink yet. I need to get him to this point. Because I think Stavros might have literally been trying to kill her. Like, kill Olivia. And this is, like, fully, like, it was going to be a murder, and then everything just fucked off. Fucked around. And made a mistake, because that's just what I'm getting right now. Which is interesting, but... Let me give you this... nightstand. I don't think you're gonna like this. Maybe you'll like it. Okay, awesome. Did you know Stavros? I knew him. I don't know anything about what happened on stage, though. Ooh, what's he like? Nice enough. Kept to himself. His intricate work on those little metal latches he made in his workshop was very fiddly. Not like me with my mallet banging sheet metal. Wait, he worked with you? Ah, he worked in the same place as me. Different departments, though. Different types of metalwork. Though it was always clear we came from different worlds, too. What do you mean? Put it this way, I once told him I grew up in a basement and often went hungry. Didn't say anything. Just stared at me. Fair to say, I don't think he ever lived that way. Interesting. What was Stavros like? You know, he didn't seem the type that would enjoy metalwork, but he was quite good at it. Did you talk often? Sure, we would talk between shifts. I wasn't close with him, and he was quiet. I like to help out folk like him. Folk like him? You know, people have fallen into this way of life. We're not all born to be grafters. Some of us have to learn the craft. He was an outsider, but there's lots of outsiders in the plant. Anything else? He wasn't well liked. Even I didn't warm up to him. Not at first. But I don't want to speak ill of the dead. No one deserved that fate. Killed on stage like that. Still, I can't shake the feeling he wasn't honest with me. Always honest with me. He held grudges, and he would talk about the people who screwed him over. But always in these vague terms. He had a lot of anger in his heart. Hey. Alright, I just had to reply to a message. I'm not sure I want to talk about this much more, you know? Lucas has been going on about it all night. I know he can talk about anything, but for me, some subjects just make it too gloomy. Alright. Dagger sabotaged. Working class is probably... Connecting these would make sense. I want to show this to, Reese. I think they will get something out of it. Just so you know that they actually... Like, he actually could do that. Really? I knew he came from humbler beginnings than his co-star. Like most people in this world, I suppose. But I wouldn't have pictured him in that line of work. Find it hard to imagine a man like Stavros breaking his back with manual labor. He didn't really have the physique of a man hammering sheet metal all day. He worked on smaller, more delicate pieces mostly. I see. In that case, he likely possessed the same metalworking skills I do. Interesting. I was thinking... Let me take another sip of my drink. Yeah. You mentioned a society? A secret society. So why should I say more? You brought it up. Well, I suppose I can say a little more. Please. The Ravenborn Society is comprised of me, Reese Kenreed, my cousin Louise, and my childhood friend Sebastian Obsidian Noir. That was not his birth name. Sounds very interesting. I thank you for the compliment. We are a peculiar bunch, but I would not have it any other way. Together we celebrate the macabre, the sinister, the eldritch, and the supernatural. We are enthusiasts but also investigators. The Ravenborn Society is just as interested in reality as fiction. If the tale is terrifying, mysterious, spine-chilling, or challenges our view of mundane reality, we embrace it. And whether that story is from the creative minds of a novelist or a poet, or ripped from the headlines of a newspaper, we revel in it. So you're more than a book club. We are explorers of the imagination, investigators of the supernatural, and trailblazers of the outer reaches of reality. where magic and science intersect. We meet Tuesdays and Fridays, and there's always fruitcake and tea. Maybe one day I could join you? The waiting list for entry to the society is long, but I will add your name to the end. I love you. Let me in. Let me be with the cool kids. We plan to one day have a radio show where we discuss horrific novels, poems, and shows. I will keep you appraised of our progress on that front. Alright, Reese. It is a crazy matchup. It is a crazy matchup for Killian to be like so gung-ho about Reese. To be like, hey, let me join your goth club. Let me join your goth club, please. Have you always loved opera? Goddess, no. But you work in the theater. Yes. Work. So it's not your passion? Hardly. It was my job. And I will find another theater job, and I will feel about it the same way. Ambivalent. Satisfied. Content that I'm good at something. I do it to make money, then I go home and get on with my life. Do you have friends in the theater? No. Some of them are fine people, some are not. Props serve a purpose. They are essential to a show. You need them. But when the audience flood out of the auditorium, no one talks about the props. Or if they do, the show itself has some serious problems. The props do their job, and when they do it well, no one notices them. Like you? Precisely. The only difference is, after the show, the props just stick around. Meanwhile, I see friends, read, dream dark dreams, and enjoy a drink in a speakeasy. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I have sparkling conversations about subjects more interesting than my work at the theater. Yeah, they're very cool. Okay. Ilya. Sorry, I got distracted. I love her. Actual bestie. So, was that just added to their info? Yeah. Okay. I didn't really get much out of you, did I? Okay. You know this? Oh yes, of course I was aware of that. Gail de Winter is a very talented writer indeed. Naturally, I'm well acquainted with the Wolvere. Wolvere? In fact, I've never said that word out loud, I've just read it. I have one or two of their librettos in stock. Do you know who it might be? Oh, I've certainly wondered. I try to respect an artist's privacy, but I have a few theories. If you asked me last year, I would have confidently told you it was Mate Vasile. It goes without saying that they'd be Sarin-born and upper class, but after dalliance, I'm certain the poignant tragedy of Penelope's lament could only have been penned by a woman. My bet would be Marussia Ionesco. We'll figure it out. Of course, it's nothing but speculation. The only people who know for sure are the ones who worked with them directly. Producers, directors, and the like. Us common folk aren't privy to such secrets. I don't think those will give me anything here. Here's something. Now there's a surprise. One wonders why a rising star would opt for such a drastic career change. I rather doubt he believed in the inherent virtue of hard work. Not sure this means anything, but good work uncovering nonetheless. Information like this is why we interrogate civilians. Sometimes they surprise you. I don't think that's gonna help here. I think I just have to end this and start connecting things. Because I think he really does make sense as a suspect. Like, it just makes me feel more like toolsmith. Hands on the table. Oh. That doesn't work. Let's do that. Dagger sabotage. So that's their ability to do that. On the table. If he'd wanted to. Backstage fight. Veiled threats. That doesn't work there? I'm in place. Watch as I don't get anything out of this. I'm literally getting nothing. Butted heads. We really are. This one's hard. This one's hard. We're a little stuck. I feel like a lot of it is time related. Olivia, thank God. Olivia, my beloved. Welcome. You recognize the sound of Olivia entering before you even see her. The swish of her long coat and the light clicking of her heels fills the room. In light of recent events, you expect to see tired eyes and unkempt hair. Yet Olivia is immaculate as always, her appearance radiating elegance throughout the speakeasy. Good evening to you all. I'm certain you must have missed me. Hopefully things haven't been too boring in my absence. Olivia, good to see you back. Thank you. My oh my, I can't wait to discuss this week with you over drinks. Such a harrowing experience, like one of my radio confession stories. Are you alright? Of course I am. Why else would I come here otherwise? Shall we address the elephant in the room? I know you want to hear about what happened at the Maverick. I mean, absolutely. Perfect. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. She's not doing well, I don't think. Perfect. So there I was, performing Penelope's flashback. That's the character I played in Dalliance. I could really feel it, you know. Her anger, regret, and sadness. I embraced it all as I plunged the dagger into my neck. But the emotions I felt were very different from Penelope. Why was that? In my excitement, I had forgotten to take a prop dagger from the table. Fortunately, the goddess smiled upon me. I felt the presence of a dagger in the pocket of my dress. What luck. I must have left it there by accident during one of my rehearsals. I returned it during the intermission, but I was unable to escape a snide remark from Reese, the props master. And in the next scene, you picked up the dagger from the table? Precisely. If not for the goddess's protection, I could have used that one on myself. I knew those prayers would pay off one day. Olivia's smile isn't quite right. She's a talented actress. Who knows how she might really feel right now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He tried to kill her. She had the prop dagger. Or at least she had a prop with her. Or not like a prop dagger, a dagger just with her. That she used instead. So it all timeline-wise, it matches up for him to be the killer. So far, honestly. It's a shame the goddess couldn't Extend the same mercy to Stavros that she showed me. He's in her embrace now, I'm sure of it. Okay. Well, I've rambled long enough for one evening, darling. I look forward to visiting you frequently for our regular drinks and chat. A bit of normalcy would do me good, don't you agree? Absolutely. Well then, we'll talk again soon. Toodles. Goodbye, Olivia. That is important information. I think you need this shit. Hey. She had a spare on her all this time. All of my theories so far rely on the murder weapon being introduced after. Oh, no. I'm not encouraging this behavior. It's bad enough that a police interrogation didn't get this out of her, but a chat with a bartender did. What do you want? I'm very busy. You don't get it. You don't know. You don't know how much you need me. Freak. Might be hated. He's so easy to like... I don't know. He's just got something. Okay, I needed to get you drunk as well. Okay. Sort of flavors, tangy, hint of spice. Tangy with a hint of spice, and we need to get to 6. That's tangy. Not much spice, but it's tangy. So it's probably a like. Yeah, I got it. Lawrence said you were once in Crossing. Acting. Now there's a window into my past. Well, I might not look it these days, but yes, I was once an actor. The life didn't fit me. I'm not quite petite enough, not quite demure enough, not quite discreet enough. I never had quite the right look for casting directors. Funny that, I didn't get my breakthrough, though I always picked up enough work to keep the dream alive. Barely. What happened? What little hope I did have of getting a leading role was snuffed out when I did the stupidest thing a woman like me could do. What was that? I tried to help someone. Stavros was pursuing me romantically while dating Olivia. In my naivete, I thought his desperate, wretched advances would be shameful when brought into the light. It didn't work out. No, men like him don't feel shame. The system protects them, so they never have to feel anything at all. This time, the system was represented by one Lawrence Sullivan IV. I came to Lawrence in confidence and told him about Stavros' behavior. I also sent an anonymous letter to Olivia to tell her she was being played for a fool. When the system moves against you, it's very fast and very effective. What Lawrence did at the time seemed cruel and personal, but now I understand things a little better. I see his actions for what they really were. What were they? The predictable outcome of challenging power. And the power to create wealth. When you have none. Stavros held the power and brought in the money. All I had was show some nerve. All I had done was show some nerve. No, what? All I had was show some nerve and a sense of justice. The system doesn't care about that. You get rolled over. Crushed. The next day, I was locked out of rehearsals. The items from my locker were in a box by the garage. Everyone walked right past me. It was like I was a stranger to the people I'd known for years. They had all been warned to stay away from me. And just like that, I was out in the cold. Lawrence fired me to protect Stavros. My acting career was over. That's awful. It's the past. That's why I changed career and found my own way. That's why I started the Melodic Wire too. It's a whole other discussion. You mentioned the Melodic Wire? Yes, I did. So I guess you seem trustworthy to me. Don't prove me wrong. I won't. The Melodic Wire is a whisper network I set up to protect vulnerable people who work in the theater and creative industries. How does it work? I put out a newsletter once a month. It's for vulnerable people who need to know who to avoid and how to handle dangerous people in the industry. Who are the vulnerable people? A lot of women, but not only women. Anyone without power or authority who might be targeted. Is it working? I think so. I get letters from people telling me the newsletter helped them avoid abuse. And sometimes messages from people saying they'd wish they'd read sooner. Sounds worthwhile. Thank you. Though I wonder if I'm still the right person to run it. Forget I said anything, okay? This is just between us. Okay. Ellie's motive. I guess. But does she have the ability? I don't see how Olivia's carelessness is a concern of mine, or yours for that matter. Okay, I'll leave you for right now. Interesting, interesting. Hey, you. Do I have anything I need? Yeah. You like me enough, I'm sure you'll tell me who's right and shit. So... You're asking me about the identity of Gale de Winter. Lawrence isn't even trying to hide his smugness. He absolutely delights in knowing more than he's saying. Very well. You've been a most gracious host. Enough to be given the trust from the patriarch of the Sullivan family, I would say. Lawrence looks around to check nobody is eavesdropping. He carefully leans in closer and whispers, "Would you believe me if I said that Effia DeVos, who appears to be an unassuming stagehand at the Maverick during the performance of Dalliance, is none other than Gale de Winter? I'm not surprised." Really? After she performed in Crossing, she abandoned her acting career to pursue her writing. And good for her, it suits her much better. She must have been guided by the goddess herself, because she has talent as a writer she never possessed as an actor. Providence guided her onto this new path to success. It took a few pen names before she found one that stuck. You know the old Bukovi saying, sometimes you change so much your old name doesn't fit you anymore? In the end, Gale de Winter was the name that fit her best. Gale de Winter has become the writer of my dreams on Dalliance. What wondrous ideas she has come up with, putting the actors through so much drama and peril. She really put them through the ringer. But hush, hush, my friend. You're in the know now. Let me be clear. This information comes out, I'll know it was you who leaked it. Lips are sealed. I already did that, yeah. He liked me well enough. The writer. It's more of a motive against, like... Hey, can we talk about this? Oh, come now, bartender. I don't see why you bring up old gossip from a bygone era. You're blowing all of this terribly out of proportion, I assure you. You deem the career of a cheater more important than hers. Well, yes, I suppose it does sound bad when you phrase it like that. But what choice did I have? Stavros was my star. His career as an actor showed great promise, much more than hers did. I couldn't risk destroying all that with a public scandal, could I? Was that appropriate punishment for a brief wandering of the heart? And of course I had considered Olivia's feelings in the matter, and how lucrative their public relationship had been for Crossing's ticket sales. No, my back was firmly against the wall, I assure you. It was an unfortunate lose-lose situation, but I do believe I made the best call. I don't think Effia would agree. I don't actually believe Effia still held a grudge after all this time, do you? It's not as if she was banished from the world of theater. Why? I'd say she's part of Dalliance. The fact she's part of Dalliance rather proves that. Under a false name. Yes, well, it is what it is. Consider he did this? Come now, you're not trusting the judgment of some grubby factory worker on Stavros' character, are you? But Stavros was a factory worker. That was only a temporary setback in the man's life. I'm sure this Bjorn is merely trying to slander his good name out of envy. Stavros was on the rise once more. I don't know about that. I don't think you killed him. Or, you know. Closed doors. Yes, poor chap. Of course I was questioned on my decision to bring him back from obscurity. Lucky for me, he was still as talented as ever. And so he was really blacklisted? Oh yes, the practice is rather common. It's good form to look out for your peers in the industry. People like us shouldn't be burdened with the nitty-gritty of running background checks on every starlet that shows up to audition. Our time is more valuable than that. If someone has proven to be ill-tempered or hard to work with, warning your colleagues is a common courtesy. So why was he blacklisted? Unless you're planning on casting him posthumously in your next production, I don't see how that's any concern of yours. Welcome back. I need to take a quick break. Okay. Back. You're Gale de Winter. I keep saying Winters. You're Gale de Winter, right? Who told you that? I did some research. Good for you, little mole. Digging up the truth. That's a secret. There are plenty of those in Micovi. I've written under numerous pseudonyms over the years. Stark Poiser, Ben Greebles, Thomas Box. But none of my forays across genre have ever been as successful as playwright Gale de Winter. Why keep it a secret? Why do you think? There are at least 10 obvious reasons. Do you enjoy it? Writing plays? Yes, and I'm good at it. To see my new play, Dalliance, performed at the Maverick Opera House is a dream come true for me. I grew up in that place. My father worked there his whole life. To make my parents proud, and to show all those people who tried to make me feel invisible. And show all those people who had tried to make me feel invisible. That is vindication for me. Victory lap at the end of my already successful career. So yes, I'm Effia, failed actress, but I'm also Gale de Winter, a successful playwright. And I'm damn proud to be both. Okay. You didn't hear about that? Oh, you did. I still think he has like a huge motive. I noticed you carry a notebook around. Just some story ideas. It's a nice little hobby, and it helps distract me from all the bad news recently. I enjoy it, but I'm still deciding what kind of writer I want to be. What kinds are there? I tried writing novels, news articles, and even scripts for those new radio shows, and, well, I write a bit of everything. But even across the different mediums, I still found there are 2 styles of writing, and 2 kinds of writer. No more. Please go on. Teased you enough, have I? Well, that's part of being a storyteller, too. You have to build drama, suspense. Draw your reader into your world. And... alright, here it is. The 2 types of writers are skiers and climbers. Skiers and climbers? Skiers and climbers. I'll tell you a story about each, and then maybe you can guess which kind of writer I am. Or you are, if you're a storyteller too. And I'm gonna let you in on one secret. Or on a secret. We're all storytellers. That's a subject for another discussion. Let's talk about skiers and climbers. Alright? So imagine you're skiing downhill really fast. You can't stop, and you can't see too far ahead. But you can make turns, avoid obstacles, you can react. You're in control of where you go, but you don't control the mountain. That's one style of writing. You don't plan where you're going to end up, and you don't even know what's over the next crest. You just know the direction you're headed, and you make choices as you go to help you get to the base camp. And climbers? Climbers are always looking at the summit. They plan their route, and step by step, they work their way towards it. Sure, sometimes they have to glance down at their feet to get through a tricky bit. In fact, looking down instead of up can make the journey seem less arduous. But climbers still need to keep their eye on the route ahead, plan the steps along the way, and finish exactly where they plan to finish. No surprises, or not many, just a plan and a lot of hard work. No, I get it. When you're writing, you're either winging it or planning ahead. You figure out the whole story in advance, or you let the story find itself. Isn't there a middle ground? I like the pushback from you, but I don't think so. You lean one way or the other. Sure, there are shades of gray in there, but I've never met a writer who wasn't either a skier or a climber. So, which am I? What do you think? Take your time, I think you know the answer already. You got a notebook, I think you're a climber. Interesting. How did you come to that answer? The whole time I felt like your speech was planned. It did. And did you like that about my speech? It had good structure. Did it? I don't agree. Your answer was wrong, too. I'm not a climber. I'm a skier through and through. I love to see where the story takes me. That's how I write. That's how I like my life to be. I mean, my career, my life, has been all about twists and turns. Nothing ever went to plan. But as long as I keep making choices, choosing a path, I'll get to where I need to be. And not knowing where I'll end up, well, I think that's the most exciting kind of story. Hope your story has the same amount of twists and turns, okay. Oh god. I am so tired, vocally. So I'm gonna, I think, hold it there. And I'm gonna make a note. Connections. Motive for Effia. Motive for... We obviously have a motive for, Stavros. Stavros. Ask Olivia more questions. Reese. Others. Alibis. Okay. But I'm pretty sure, I feel pretty confident that this was a hit gone wrong, where just by accident, you know, the props just got switched. I think that's probably what happened, honestly. Hey, let me tell you something secret. Effia, the stagehand? Yeah. Okay, so she's got a hidden talent. What does that matter? I know how to juggle, and that doesn't make me suspicious, does it? We already knew she was involved in the production. I don't see how this changes anything. Can I see you juggle? I need to stop running my mouth around you. You have to show us. You can't just say that. Next episode, I swear we're gonna get him to juggle. We are. But that will have to wait until the next episode. So, we'll get him to juggle next time, folks. But, thank you for joining me. Goodbye.